Many of us here have dedicated countless hours working to ensure persons with disabilities are prepared to enter the workforce and supporting them to find jobs in the communities in which they live. Some of the people joining us today include Deputy Governor Jim Henry, who was the former commissioner of the Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities. Darren Gordon, Deputy Commissioner and Director of TennCare. Patty Killingsworth, Assistant Commissioner and Chief of Long-Term Services and Supports for TennCare. Gina Lewis, Deputy Commissioner and General Counsel, Department of Human Services. Evan Espy, Tennessee Council on Developmental Disabilities member. Now I'd like to introduce Debbie Payne, Commissioner of the Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities. Thank you.
Thank you. Put my eyes on here. Governor Haslam, we are delighted to be here with you today. But before we get started, we have a very short video that explains why we are so passionate about employment as the first and preferred option for people with disabilities.
When I left Sir, and the other lady, she said, "Yeah, I got you a good job here." I said, "What is it?" She said, "AutoZone." We start 4 high. We look at the labels, see if we get the right labels on the pallet. Then we wrap them, put them on the pallet, and ship them out.
Well, it's something on the pallet, there's something on this label you have to understand, because you got 2 parts of the labels, but they might say the same, but they might be going to different places, so.
Those guys are 2 of the most dedicated guys I've ever had work for us. They're on time every day. They're back from their breaks, back from their lunches, on time. They just blend into our culture like you wouldn't believe.
Employment First means that employment and community-based day activities are the first and primary option for persons that we support. We assist them in identifying employment opportunities or volunteer opportunities that are fully integrated in the community where they interact with people that do not have disabilities. Eric and William are a prime example of a community-based integrated employment opportunity. Not only are they interacting with people that don't have disabilities, but they're getting an opportunity to participate in activities that they do at work, such as that group exercise that they do to warm up before completing tasks.
We don't hold them to any other standards than we hold everybody else. They totally keep up. In most cases, they're waiting for the next part.
I told my mom, I said, "Mom, I got a good job. I got a good job." I told my other family, I said, "I wish y'all come out here and see my job, what I do every day." I'm proud. I respect them. They respect me, William. They say, we the best. We the best one they ever had.
It took me a while to get where I'm at now, but I'm proud of myself, though.
If someone would ask me, would you hire more people with disabilities? I actually look for that, yes.
I think we definitely need to see more of the Eric and Williams across the state of Tennessee, and we need more Employment First pioneers such as serves paving the way towards Employment First in Tennessee.
Everyone might recognize a few stars here today. Eric, William, David, and Dennis from AutoZone are here with us, along with Connie from SERVS, which is the provider agency that supports both William and Eric. Through our partnership with SERVS, AutoZone's distribution center now employs 7 persons with disabilities. William received the Extra Miler Award, as did Eric, which is the company's top customer service honor. Eric, William, Dennis, David, and Connie, can you please stand up and be recognized? Governor, I can't think of a better time to present this report to you, as October is National Disability Employment Awareness Month. You have repeatedly demonstrated your commitment to ensuring all Tennesseans have access to a good job, including people with disabilities. You have shown leadership through your signing of Executive Order Number 28, declaring that employment is the #1 goal for people with disabilities who receive state supports. Last year, I presented you with the first Expect Employment report, which included 7 recommendations that the Employment First Task Force would pursue over the next year. This year, the report details the progress made in reaching some of the goals. In collaboration with state agencies and partners in the private sector, we've laid a foundation necessary to sustain long-term success in improving employment outcomes for people with disabilities. Briefly, progress includes executing a memorandum of understanding between state partner agencies to ensure a smooth transition from school to work or post-secondary education for youth with disabilities. Changes have been made to the state's Medicaid waiver to further incentivize employment as a first and preferred option for persons receiving supports, and we cannot go without recognizing TennCare for all the collaboration with DIDD and the stakeholders in the state of Tennessee. Expanding Project Search, which places youth and adults with disabilities as internships in 7 sites statewide, and awarding the first occupational diploma in the state of Tennessee. Governor, we'd like to thank you for your leadership and present you the first copy of the task force report.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you for joining us. Eric and William, great job. Great job. We really appreciate that. And I also want to thank our friends at AutoZone for stepping up and showing that this really is possible. I love the comment saying we don't hold them to any different standards, and they're some of the best workers we have, and we love that idea. You know, in the state, we actually believe 2 or 3 things that we're committed to. Number one, we believe that we're here to serve 6.5 million Tennesseans in ways that only we can. As a state, you know, the downside is we're a monopoly. There's certain things that if you want, you can only get them from us. But we realize that, and so we want to make certain that we do that and that we do the services that we're responsible for in the very best way possible. And I love it when I see a program like this that is doing 2 or 3 things. It's creatively thinking, how can we expand our impact? I love it that you're working with TennCare and Department of Education and other folks to try to wrap our arms around the bigger issue. So thank you for that leadership. That's the first thing in terms of what we're trying to do. Number 2, in the state of Tennessee, we really do believe that Employment First is the best program. We think that's the right principle, by the way, for everything we do. If we can create more jobs in Tennessee, it solves a lot of issues, like the governor remembered to turn off his phone. But back to where I was. If we can remember, if we can focus on creating jobs, then a lot of the other issues that agencies deal with, we can handle from there. The third thing is this: we actually believe, and one of our responsibilities is to help everybody, no matter where they are, reach their potential. Dr. McQueen is here from the Department of Education, and one of the things that we're committed to there is that every child can learn, regardless of their background and circumstances, that every child can learn. And to say that some kids can't, we're just not going to accept. And we think the same thing about adults. To say that some adults can't fill in the blank, we're just not going to accept that in Tennessee. So, Commissioner, thank you very much. I look forward to reading this. You know, when I'm on the back end of my term here, so I've served about 5 years and have 3 years to go. And one of the things that I'm committed to is making certain we don't let up in any way. And so there's a lot of things that get a lot of attention in state government, stuff that happens in the House or the Senate chamber upstairs, but ultimately we know our role is about making certain we provide better opportunity for 6.5 million Tennesseans, some of whom are represented today. So thank you. I look forward to reading this, and thank all of you for helping show that what can happen. We're grateful. Thank you.